Good morning, Southeastern bow makers and hunters. It's 30 yards too far to take a deer. Well, it depends on how you look at it. There are a lot of factors that go into that. You got to consider the bow, the poundage, the archer himself. Also, you got to consider the fact that many people thought that the bow wasn't efficient enough for a grizzly bear, which I posted a video proving otherwise. But again, if you're going to take a 30-yard shot at a deer or any kind of animal, the idea, you want to make sure that shot is in the kill zone. And you want to make sure your arrows are fine-tuned where they're flying, like the old adage says, straight as an arrow. It doesn't need to be proportion, going side to side. It needs to be flying straight. Now, will my bow do it? 63 pounds? Yeah, ain't no doubt in my mind. Matter of fact, I have shot at leather basketballs. Once all the air's out of it, they are compressed, and you talking about 2 layers of leather and the tube inside the ball. And my arrows have went completely through those basketballs. And I'm talking about field points, at least 30 to 40 yards out. True, a self bow does have a lot of arch, but I'm depending on the downrange energy. I use heavy arrows. I use a 200 grain broadhead. And so with that downrange energy, just the weight alone gonna drive that arrow down through that animal. Even though it's a 63 pound bow and it's 30 yards, but even at 30 yards, a 63 pound bow could still have the energy of a 30 pound bow, in which a 30 pound bow is sufficient enough to take deer as large as wild hogs. Now, I am setting up a target right now, and hopefully that I can hit this target, which is a basketball, from 30 yards out. And I'm gonna have it on video, and I'm gonna see if my broadhead is gonna go all the way through this basketball. And let me be clear, it's actually 33 yards from where I'm shooting right now. It's 33 yards. And I'm gonna test it for myself to see if my broadheads will pass through this basketball. Even if they go through the first layer, that's still pretty good, because you gotta think, a deer is a thin-skinned animal. And even at that range, a thin-skinned animal, that's still enough punching power to take that deer if you got it in the kill zone. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna set up 2 examples. I'm also gonna do one of my Hail Mary type deals, and I just take my bow and I point it in the air and see how far to shoot. In the past, I have shot my arrows in, say, medium moisture type soil, and those arrows fly 150 yards, and I'm pulling them out the ground. They go in the ground at least 8 inches into the ground. That's more than 100 yards with my 63 pound bow. And so I'm gonna do that today. I'm gonna mimic that. And even on hard surfaces, say compact soil, my broadheads have at least went on compact soil, out of the 100 yards or more, have at least went 4 inches into the ground. So whether or not my bow has the punching power, sure, but it all depends on the archer and his setup. And this is my practice period right now. And my thing is, I'm trying to make sure that I am ready. Not saying that I'm looking for a 30-yard shot, but if the right opportunity comes and he's broadside and he's not moving fast or he's stopped, I probably take the shot. And if I take that shot, I'm gonna make sure my bow is quiet. I'm gonna make sure that my fletchings on my arrows are not noisy. I'm gonna do all the take all the necessary precautions to make sure that when I shoot that bow, that it will not startle him to the point where he gonna really just, how can I say it, flinch and duck. Ideally, I want that bow to be quiet enough where that arrow just come on in. He don't have any idea that it's coming. But anyway, let me set it up and we're gonna see how this thing turns out. Y'all stay tuned. Yeah, I'm quite sure you're not gonna be able to see the arrow, but I'm just doing this to show you that, to keep it honest. Here we go. First shot, I'm gonna do 2 shots down there. This is my Hail Mary experiment. See how far the arrow will penetrate into the ground. And that's some hard soil out there, trust me, because we haven't had a good rainfall in about 2.5 weeks. All right, here we go. Arrow hit the tree, but we'll shoot another one down there. Here we go. Okay, we're gonna walk down there. We're gonna walk down there and we'll check it out, see what happens. Let's go. Right now, it's a little after 9 o'clock. But I tell you, it's probably pushing close to 90 right now. 87 to 90 degrees right now here in Georgia. Okay, coming up on one of the arrows. Let's see how far it went into the ground. Clay. Okay. See? Okay, get away. Alright, that's clay. Alright, stuck that far in the ground. See if I can find the other arrow. Alright. Where did the other arrow go? See that arrow stuck in the tree. Can't see that well, but it's there. I'm gonna shoot another arrow. Conclusive how far the arrow will go into the ground from that range. We'll do another. Okay. Pull the arrow up, and it went at least 140, 150 yards. But that's how far it's stuck into this hard clay. It's hard, trust me. And at 150 yards, it's going into clay like that. A deer's flesh won't be no problem at 30 yards, 33 yards. All right, set up the next experiment. It's my 33-yard target. That is a painted angle grinder disc. I painted black and white so I can see it. It's hanging down from a string. And it's approximately 24 inches off the ground. Okay, if I miss, I should hit this basketball. And if I hit this basketball, we're gonna see how far the arrow penetrate this basketball from 33 yards out. Here we go. Okay, I got to hit the target first. Let's try to hit it. Okay, getting close. It's easier said than done, but I'm gonna try it again. Just above it. We're gonna do it again. I see right now it's gonna take more than one. So of course, I'm gonna keep doing it until I hit it. Okay. Well, kept missing it, but we're gonna keep on doing it until I hit it. One of the arrows I shot missed the target, so I have to go behind my backstop to see where this arrow went. Okay. All right. There it is right there. See if y'all can see that arrow. I see it right there, and still from that distance, it went all the way, stuck in a piece of rotten wood, and the broadhead sticking out the other side. And that's going through all that stuff to get in there. And you're talking about, even at that range, that's about, shoot, that's almost 40 yards. And look, see how it went through there? Even though this wood is rotten, but still, I say this bow, and look, let me pull it out. I would say this bow, which is only 63 pounds. See if I can get a good angle on that so y'all can see. Let me pull this thing out. I still think it has enough punching power to get down, at least breaking the ribs and still get into the vital areas of a white-tailed deer. Finally. Let's go check it out. All right. I'm not gonna make any excuses. That's it. Okay. All right. See if you can see that. That's it right there. I'm gonna see if I can shake it out. Now, I shot quite a few arrows out of this thing, but still, at 33 yards, I got 1.5 inches of this broadhead into the basketball. And these broadheads are very dull right now. So even with sharp broadheads, a better shooter behind the bow, arrows tuned just right, everything gotta be right. I wouldn't take I wouldn't take a long shot. I would actually try to aim for the heart. Cause my idea at that distance, it's either gonna be a lethal shot or it's gonna be a clean miss. So if it's not a lethal shot, I'd rather just miss it altogether. And so will a 63-pound bow at 33 yards be sufficient enough? For me, yes. For others, I'm gonna let you all be the judge of that. But I would say this. I read and listened to many publications of Pope, and I think that guy last name was Young. And these guys hunted back during the 1900s. And their average bows that they used was 60 pounds on up to 85-pound bows, long bows. And it was not unheard of for these guys to take 50-yard shots at deer or take 30 to 40-yard shots shooting up a mountain at ram, at dog sheep. So I would say that, me personally, I think those guys are already proven that it can be done. I think it depends on the bow, the shooter, but I think these guys already have done and proven what we nowadays a sin that can't be done. But I'm not the one to judge or say what you should or shouldn't do with a self bow. I say you do what you feel comfortable with doing, as long as it's ethical and you think you can make the shot. And with that said, I'm gonna leave it at that. Same distance. Camera didn't catch this. I didn't have it on. I'm just out here shooting. Same distance. But you can see a complete pass through at 33 yards.